Hi, everybody. It's Brandon here, and my wife and I are doing some work on each other's hands. Mostly, it ended up her working on my hands by this stage. And here she's using a Gua Sha tool. That's spelled Gua Sha. It's a tool used in Chinese medicine to like get rid of toxins and that sort of thing. But here she's using it on my hand, and it's very, very effective because it gets into all the little buildup of little things that feel like grains of sand. They're probably calcium deposits or some other mineral that's depositing in the tips of people's fingers in particular and around their joints. And it's like scraping it all, pushing it all back into the bloodstream. So, you end up urinating uh, those, what we could call toxins out because when they build up, they will make your joints stiff and make your hands stiff. So that's why we call them toxins. Um, but yeah, there's just a scraping down of my fingers and getting right into all the little small bits of my near my joints and everything. And my hands get very tight from massaging people a lot and from gardening. So this is so important to have done to you. You can do it yourself, but it's kind of nicer when your partner does it for you because you can just sort of relax there, um, take some deep breaths, and just chill out rather than having to do all the work yourself. Uh, so we're actually thinking about doing some like 2-day seminars in the U.S. and in Australia and Canada. Uh, Starting off in St. Louis, where we're based, and we also based between here and Australia, so some in Australia. But I'm looking at getting my massage license in a number of different states. So right now I'm licensed in Missouri, so I can teach here. But I'm looking at like New Hampshire, New York, different places. It's a bit of a process transferring a license from, or my qualifications from Australia to the U.S. But some states it should be pretty easy, hopefully. So we're thinking about doing some 2-day seminars where people can come and learn, but we're actually teaching a 10-day seminar, or I'm teaching it in November 3rd in St. Louis for anybody who wants to come. We get you to do our online course first, which takes about 40 to 50 hours. And then it's a 10-day course. You can just do the first 5 days if you want. Um, so it's called our certificate and diploma course. And I'm going to be teaching, you know, a whole lot of different stuff, basically, with Raynor Massage, and it's going to be held at the Best Western in Fenton. Fenton's a suburb of St. Louis, and the hotel where I'm going to be teaching, where I'm going to be working at their conference room. They have a lot of really nice accommodation there. It's like a 3-star hotel, but it seems really nice, like higher quality, um, swimming pool and a gym and all that kind of stuff. So you can come to St. Louis for you know 10 days or 13 days or whatever, 5 days if you want to stay at the hotel and come and learn how to work on people. You could do it either if you want to get uh, upgrade your skill if you're already an existing therapist, or if you just want to work on friends and family. I mean, this is just so imperative, in my opinion, to have as part of your health routine. You can hear all the different bugs and insects. Sometimes I cut it out because there's noise in the background, the kids talking or something, but I've left some of that as background noises in there. But yeah, you could come and do that course. You could. I've got one coming up in Australia in May as well. If you ever want a holiday or something, or if you live in Australia, come up to. We're at a place called the Palms, which is north of the Sunshine Coast, and we rent a hall out in the country. Um, that way, people who are having emotional releases and that sort of thing, they can make as much noise as they want. And yeah, it's a great little spot actually, Glastonbury Hall. We do it at, so it's beautiful, very
How do
peaceful.
you like this tool compared to just me using my hands?
I like it. It definitely, you can feel more of the crunchy bits in there with this thing. And it gets into all the little itty bitty gritty bits.
I think it's good for getting like the first layer of tension off
Mm-hmm.
and like warm up.
Yep.
Obviously, hands are nice for warm up, but like,
I left some of that original soundtrack in there. It'll come back in just a second as well.
And that's a metal Gua Sha tool, is that right?
Yes.
And you got it off Amazon?
I prefer the stainless steel ones over the stone ones because they're easier to clean,
Okay.
and obviously they travel better because they don't break as easily. But both the stone ones and the metal ones are nice in that, depending upon the person's constitution that you're working on, you can always check it in the fridge, cool it down before use or warm it up.
Real crunchy bit in there, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one I could really feel. It was quite intense.
Yeah, it's right in there. It's my main massage thumb. That one. I suppose it should be massage thumb here in the U.S. Change my English. I think if it hadn't been for Corey massaging my hands, I'd have had a lot of stress and tension. I wouldn't be able to keep working with them. I know a lot of massage therapists give up because their hands get too tight, and they get like RSI in their wrist or different problems. They just don't have the strength in their hands anymore because they're too tight. So this is like imperative. It's imperative for everybody, I think, because I see so many people with tight hands, like guitar players and all sorts of tradesmen, called tradies in Australia.
Texters.
Texters, typists, people using their computer a lot, and people cutting hair, for example. That constant movement where they're using scissors and things like that, like hairdressers and people, beauty therapists. It's like anybody that uses their hands a lot needs this regularly. You get some bad. Whoa. It feels good as well as uncomfortable. It feels like you're getting right in there. Oh. Oh.
That won't look good. Obviously, I'm doing this lighter. Yeah. Pressure's okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Ah.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I've got part 4 coming up. There'll be a little bit more talking from the original audio, and then it'll be finished. But yeah, come and watch part 4 as well. We're going to do more of these.
You can turn it slightly that way.
How does that feel?
Good.
Okay. Pressure's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not painful.
Shouldn't be.